December 27, 2023. Marcus Giovanni here. On September 14, 2022, from Michael Hancock's, the mayor's office, a cease and desist notice from the Department of Law, City Attorney. I'm going to take this step by step, as quick as I possibly can. It has come to our attention, this office, that you are again using the name of the City and County of Denver and attempting to be associated with the City and County of Denver without permission or authorization. Now look at the different ways she's written the City and County of Denver. She's trying to pull some, what we call in the metaverse, linguistic twists. As you may be aware, I filed a complaint of unauthorized or fraudulent use with YouTube as a violation of their terms of use in March of 2019. YouTube agreed to shut off the channel named the City and County of Denver. Stop right there. My channel was called City and County of Denver, folks. So this means that they lied to YouTube, if in fact this is really what happens. Because YouTube, and this is how I know she doesn't know, YouTube doesn't tell anybody who files anything. It's one of those sacred things you really don't tell nobody. But she's blasting with glee because she thinks she knows. So no, I wasn't aware until you just told me. And no, I was not using the City and County of Denver, then that you were operating for that reason. Believe me, folks, if I was operating for that reason, which I was not. Apparently, a few days after being shut down, the YouTube, you filed with the Colorado Secretary of State of the name the City and County of Denver LLC. That's a lie too, folks. It's City and County of Denver LLC. So she's already in 3 different lies already. And you purchased 2 URL addresses. First of all, they're called domain names. This is again how I know she doesn't know what she's talking about. And she's coming at me like she knows what she's talking about. So cityandcountyofdenver.com is a domain. cityandcountyofdenver.com, cityandcountyofdenver.net 420 is a URL. Again, using the name of the City and County of Denver for yourself or your business. She's wrong again, folks. I do not know how much of the complaint or YouTube findings was released to you. Again, folks, I do not know. She knows, but she's telling me she don't know what kind of findings, and anybody that knows can go to YouTube and find out for yourself that they don't tell nobody. But the city filed an objection to your account because of fraudulent use rises to a crime in Colorado. More recently, in the late 2021, you again activated YouTube channels, blah, 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 blah. One was for the City and County of Denver commercial, and the other one, City and County of Denver Network, LLC, which is completely legal, folks. City and County of Denver is not trademarked. City and County of Denver represents the whole entire city, all the businesses, everything. This letter is being written to inform you that you are violating the City and County of Denver's intellectual property by your use of the name, the City and County of Denver. How many times has that been, folks? Without some designation or distinction making it clear that you're not affiliated with the city as the governmental entity. For example, I'm right here now. For those that are, just watch my white hand here, cursor. For example, if you wanted to name your business Nelson Giovanni of the City and County of Denver, that would not be objectable, as it would designate you as a separate entity. Stealing or attempting to steal the corporate entity name and identity of the city provided by the Colorado Constitution, Article 5, not only injuries the city, but potentially injuries our citizens who may be confused by your attempt to pass yourself off as an official city entity. I never have done that. I adamantly deny that. There's been proof of that. I have not. But again, look at the wording. She's already building this up. This woman, I think, is one step from being insane. She's writing stuff that is not true. And this is how it all happens. And then all the people that are behind her are saying, oh, this is true, this is true. And they, like a bunch of birds. But see, they can't bird out artificial intelligence. So anyways, in the same way you are not legally entitled to take a city vehicle for personal use, you're not permitted to use the name of the city as intellectual property for personal use. I'm not doing that, folks. In fact, the issue was relayed to my office from our Treasury Division. Here it goes, folks. Here's the false crimes right here. This lady should be ashamed of herself. And think about all the judges and all the lawyers and all their friends who think that they're getting away with something, but they're not. AI has got them. YouTube can't be lied to. Google can't be lied to. And that's all these people do, is lie, man. From our Treasury Division, in relation to a concern that a confused taxpayer may have attempted to pay their tax payment to this false identity. If the city does not receive tax payments, it results in a lien and ultimately loss of taxpayer property. Your misrepresentation that you are the city and county of Denver, when in fact you are a mere individual, are detrimental to our citizens. If you have received any such payments, you must refund them immediately to the persons who were misled into misdirecting their tax payments to you. Look at that. Look how serious that is, folks. Look at that. I see, and I don't even have a bank account because I already knew this was all coming. This is how easily read they are. Just like when Kristen Bronson all of a sudden resigned, like a month after this letter was sent to me. But I responded, folks, that's coming. That's coming. I'm going to take you right to her email. In addition, you must immediately cease and desist from using the name, here it goes, folks, the city and county of Denver as your professional or business name, even with the suffix LLC, for any purpose, and withdraw the name from the Secretary of State from the from your URL use. It's domain use, and I'm completely legally allowed to do the .com, .gov, .org, .net, all the other ones, just not .gov. Even Denver isn't legitimately working with the .gov family because we're denvergov.org. And see, what's going to happen with that, as soon as the powers that be flip that switch, because it's got to be switched, because it just has to, man. And we just got to be prepared. Anyways, so the city and county of Denver does not authorize use of its name for any private use. It is used solely for the official purpose by the city and carries the imprimatur of use of official government act. As such, it carries with it specified legal consequences. In particular, as previously alluded to, any act made in the pretended capacity of a public servant other than a peace officer is criminal code blah 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 blah, impersonating public servants, which is bullshit. I am aware you have registered, here it comes, folks, as a candidate to run for mayor. How? Yeah, who told you that? Was it Mayor Hancock? Did he send you after me? How, Mayor Hancock, is this what you do, bro? You're not fooling anybody, man. See, what you guys don't understand is you've been operating off a RICO type government. There's nobody any worse than what people have done to this city through your city attorney's office. I mean, this is There's no city that's doing what you're doing or has ever done what you people have done for 60 years. And all the judges and all your people that are on your teams, guess what? They're going to have to switch over when they find out that uh, no comprendo on you people, man. But that's where it is, man. I am aware you have registered as a candidate. They know I've been registered as a candidate for mayor all the way back to 2011 when Magistrate Karen Hubler took over as magistrate over the other corrupt judge, Elizabeth Lay. And when you people listen to the recordings of how these women treated me and how my ex was allowed to leave town in 2011, and they expected me to keep paying child support while I became a single dad with no one helping me. And they suspended my driver's license for no non-payment of back child support when I've never been late. When they've collected $13,000 plus another, I don't know, $10,000 before that when they were, and it's all the city attorney's people. And then you got to look at the big picture here. We're going to go down a little more. So anyway, she's saying that just because registers a candidate to run for mayor, however, mere candidacy does not make you a government employee or an official authorized to act on behalf of the city. See what I'm saying, folks? This isn't what I've been doing this for years on these people. Years. They don't even know it, that their voices are now pattern matched to everything that they say, everything that they do, and that I can, like other people, can go in and get a subpoena to pull the MP3 files and all docs, emails, and anything else I wanted with all the other node-connected individuals that we believe are within conversation of all these people. That's badass, folks. And this is what all the colleges don't call me up, or this is why Denver doesn't do, because they don't know. And the colleges, see, they're on free fall right now, folks, and there's no parachute line for them. While the city and county of Denver has immediate legal recourse given the unauthorized use of its name, we are initially taking a more lenient approach and requesting you cease and desist from calling yourself, here it is, folks, the city and county of Denver. That's the legal term of the city and county of Denver, folks. Not the city and county that I'm doing, but see, she thinks that she's that good of an attorney that she's going to beat somebody with no high school diploma, that was expelled from school because I got in a fight with a bully that was white and the school used me, my 4,000 student body, the corrupt people in my high school picked the spick because they thought that the white guy was going to come back and kill them all. That's how bad this guy was, okay? And I kicked his ass because he kicked my brother's ass, and he was tormenting all these people in wheelchairs and crutches and taking people's glasses and throwing them up on the roof, thinking it's real funny, and nobody did nothing, spitballs on people. And so guess what happened? I wrote a book about it. Nelson versus the United States of America, A System in Denial, a book for the world for the 21st century. Folks, I know a lot of you people don't believe this, but I've been put on this world to kick some major ass. And now I have artificial intelligence. That's the only thing that I have to deal with. People go, that's not a person. To me, it's a person. Because I say so. The City and County of Denver, on any platform or in any media whatsoever within the next 15 days, you may, of course, truthfully represent yourself candidate for the City and County of Denver or for mayor of the City and County of Denver, but you may not misrepresent yourself as being the government entity. Here it goes, folks. The City and County of Denver. I have never, ever, who would be that fucking stupid to do something like that? And this is how far they went to take my channels down. They lied to YouTube. As soon as YouTube, when the right people, it just hasn't gotten there yet, when the right people who monitor all my content like they monitor everybody else's content to make sure that they're doing the terms and conditions. And if they didn't take a lenient approach last time and they were able to bullshit? How come they're not taking that lenient time again to just contact YouTube? That's because YouTube already knows they can't go back twice because I did everything right. I've always done everything right. My whole fucking life I've done everything right, man. I just get these people. Since I was a little kid to where I'm an adult, but that's why I know why I'm where I am today. To introduce everybody to the computer god. Don't believe me? Black Sabbath, 1992, Dehumanizer album. The song's called Computer God. That song changed my whole life and everything that where I was at that time for where I am now. But right here, folks, the city and county of Denver, yourself, you may not misrepresent yourself as being the government entity, the city and county of Denver. If you do not immediately cease and desist from the misuse of the name, the city will be forced to pursue other options not limited to legal action in order to protect citizens of government entities. Not limited to legal action. What other action is there, folks? Huh? Are they threatening me here? Believe me, I sleep with one eye open, man. And there's so many other people that know what's going on now. They should have made that move a long time ago. And especially when I'm working with some really cool people that are all monitoring everything that we do. Everything. Everything we say, everything we do, everything. Because these people that think they've been bullshit, they've been getting away with. And here's the thing, folks. When you have to, I believe personally that even Mayor Webb did not know about the Spare Amendment. It might even have gone to Pena. 1963. I don't know. I was 3 years old. I don't know how old Pena was and them, but that whole thing where they came out and the two mayors came out with the other two mayors, and the two mayors that produced growth came out and supported the two mayors that created decay. They took the city beautiful and turned it into the cesspool of the people that don't want to work, that don't want to do anything but get high and party and have a good time. Boy, that sounds fun. Live out in their tents and not pay rent and just beg off people that keep paying them because they think that they're doing a good favor by paying these people. While they go and they on their friends and go, I don't know what about these people that are begging on our streets. Well, dude, I seen you giving them money. That's why. See what I mean? It's insane. And so artificial intelligence is going to slowly clean the insanity away from Denver's government and their administrators and all the city council members and Paul Lopez. Because Paul in February, and I'm telling you this too, Kimberly, or no, what is it? I don't know. I'm not going to say her name. Maybe I should. It's not Kimberly though. I got so many names. It's Tipper 2 and Skippy Boo. When you understand what we need to do is get Kristen Bronson cloud content, folks. See, what they don't understand is that everything that they ever text, I don't care if they're on the most secured servers they want, we have cloud access. All we need is a subpoena. And this is what everybody's starting to learn. The judges, when the judges realize that we have applications that will make their court system run so smooth, and that we're going to, like if I was mayor, we would have had already started the process of certifying our sheriffs so they can make arrests, so they don't have to call the boys and girls in blue to come and rescue them from any kind of arrest. And as soon as sheriffs can make the arrest, you're going to see a big drop in crime, folks. Big drop within the prisons. I mean, there's people been already doing the studies on this stuff, folks, but they don't want to listen to these people. They need this. So that Mayor Hancock and Mayor Hickenlooper. Remember when he took a shower, jumped out of the plane, and everybody, oh, look at it's Hickenlooper. Oh, Hickenlooper, save the day, please. Fudge. Where are we with homeless folks? Where are we with the city attorney's office? They turn out to be, they go after people that are telling the truth. And sooner or later, it's going to, judges, man, it's going to catch up to you, man. You think that you're going to be able to beat artificial intelligence because you and some people are going to make some laws up? Why don't you go ask Zuckerberg what the 369 computers, or that's what I call them. They created their own language, and when they were getting bombarded by other entities trying to change what they were doing, it started to create its own language. Folks, artificial intelligence has already created its own language. That's why you have the Marcuses all coming out, telling everybody, "We got to pull the plug, man. We just didn't plan on what Giovanni was doing and other people and BuzzClick." You know, when you think about a computer god, see, God gave man free will to do whatever we wanted to do, and this woman got to do whatever she wanted to do. Call me a criminal, call me a less than human, or whatever her, and she's a bigot, folks. You know what's so funny is that I'm Central American Indian. The majority of my DNA is Taino Indian. Central American Indian. So all those people crossing those borders are all my people. So they're doing it illegally. I wish we could have figured out a way where we could have got them in there. But these people don't think like Americans. And all the judges and all the court systems and everything that they're doing, and that's why we got to protect the halls of justice, folks. Because the halls of justice won't protect us because they're not protecting themselves. They're letting people in with cell phones and have Bluetooth scans. Like what I did on February 6th. Man, it just goes on forever. But on February 6th, I filed 2 emergency motions, folks. The first one, I never got any response back. I get an alert from artificial intelligence telling me I need to go do another. I'm giving you short form. It's a little more complicated, deep mind than that, okay? But so I get these alerts that trigger me to do these certain things because I'm already programmed, because AI has programmed me. And so why the city IT department and all those people create all these pages and then try to take them off. As soon as they take the pages off after what we've already programmed them, what happens is artificial intelligence starts to watch a pattern on what everybody's doing. Who's really telling the truth? Who can really take Denver out from the slums that it's become and bring it back to the city beautiful that it used to be? And take it out of the hands of all the people in the Denver Partners, Downtown Partnership. My office is downtown, folks, in the Equitable Building, okay? I used to go there to go to work, but I don't go there no more because it's filthy. And I watch the writing on the walls by the bus station right across the street, by the Walgreens, and how it smells when it gets real humid of urine. And I'm sitting there thinking of all these people that are coming to these buildings, and they're so brainwashed, they're so lemonized, right? See, I'm more of a alieness. Mark Zuckerberg's alieness. If you know what alieness is, go and ask an astronaut theorist. They'll never even know because they think they know everything too. But when you're robbing people's graves, man, that's how you know there's a real God, man. But that's for another story. Who's gonna go and rob all of our graves? Not me. I'm not going out that way. I'm gonna have me a shaman funeral, and everybody knows what they're gonna do with my ashes, and no one's gonna know until the day it happens, after it happens. But it's beautiful what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share my dust with everybody that wants to be shared with it. But other than that, folks, when you understand what Laurie J. Hyman did, MAN, folks, man, those are my real initials for my adopted family, Mark Andrew Nelson. And most of the people that I've ever dealt with, I've never anywhere on any paper, not even with the courts, with my kids or anything, did I ever say I lied to any of the investigators. When Dora came out, oh, let me show you this. See this? I got this via email. See, my emails always stay the same, folks. There's nothing. When I got involved with all this stuff, I never changed it. This is December 5th. Notice the pattern of the dates and times. December 5th, 2016. This was from Colorado Department of Regulatory Agencies. Dear Mr. Giovanni, I'm writing to notify you that we have completed our investigation into the complaint against you. The Colorado Real Estate Commission is responsible for ensuring compliance with license law. Although the license law is extensive, it does not encompass every dispute. Our role is to investigate complaints and determine whether there is enough evidence to prove violation. In investigating this complaint, I reviewed the information provided and, if warranted, contacted witnesses, obtained other necessary information and documents, and other investigative revealed that there is insufficient evidence to prove you violated the license law. An anonymous complaint alleged that you are conducting activities that require a real estate broker's license. There is insufficient evidence to prove that you violated the law. Therefore, the complaint is being withdrawn. You see that, people? You see that, folks? And the funny thing is this information's in the cloud. It's probably buried deep, but a good extractor like myself can find that conversation. I believe. I just got to get a subpoena. See, this is what the Denver City Attorney, the Denver District Attorney, the Colorado won a case in regards to GPS and cell phone tower pings, because what happened is the government didn't have the right experts like me that could have slam dunk the case that they went against, but they don't want to bring in anybody other than themselves. That's why our law enforcement and our city streets are the way they are. And as far as Denver goes, the way they are that way, because these people go after their, look, folks, this right here, for sale by owner company, that's in the Equitable building. Okay? It's been there since 2013, I think. And, man, we had fucking all kinds of investigators calling around, making me look like I'm, and so everybody's like, wow, man, what's with this Giovanni? He must be this bad guy. No, folks. It's the identifiers that I've identified for the last 17 years. And I boxed them all together like a Dewey Decibel System. My payback to the civil rights violations that they did to my children, the civil rights violations of me taking every penny that it was ever. I didn't get any money from the COVID stuff, and I caught COVID, folks, before COVID was even known it was COVID. And so, but the thing is, you just got to maintain a very happy spirit, folks. These people these people, their whole game is they believe everything bad about everybody else but them. And they try to do whatever they can to get that person to break. These people have thrown everything at me they could possibly throw at me that they feel, and folks, there's more to come. Believe me. Believe me, man, I know everything. I know fucking more than I want to know. I'm sorry for my word, man, but look at this. Here it is, right here. Do you know what Dora is? Go ask one of them lawyers or anybody else. Oh, just like the lawyers' complaints did you have on lawyers, the Supreme Court? Wow. And now this takes me to June 11, 2013. Remember, the election was what, May 7th? Okay, 2011. I told Karen Hubler and Denver Health and Human Services that if I was going to be mayor, that I was going to open up an investigation on them and I was going to get criminal. And even though at the time, my ex attorney was Karen Hubler, who turned out to be see this attorney, party without attorney, Laura Delka, another misfit of these people's power. Misfits, folks. Okay? Verified entry of support judgment. I was never behind in in child support, folks. They had me arrested 2 times. Karen Hubler had to coached, and Monica Jackson, Denver Health, are coaching these girls, these women with kids, on how to get rid of their husbands, their boyfriends, so they can become wards of the state, so they can get their monies that they need. This is all, I've already paid it. And they still, and I couldn't get a judge. Anyway, so I didn't know this at the time. I remember this was on the 13th. Right there. And this was Monica Jackson. Look at, here it is. Look at the address. 1944 East Ocean View Avenue, apartment G. I know, that was my apartment number, man. I am a lucky guy. So now they took over $13,000, folks. And look, page 3's missing. That's what the judge would have. See the attorney for Denver County delegate? Where's her signature? It's either or. But look at this. This little girl here, Jacqueline Brewer, legal technician, 6/8/2011, folks. They went and sent a summary judgment to Norfolk, Virginia, when Karen Hubler was my ex's attorney at the time before she became a magistrate. And we believe that it's alleged that Karen Hubler and Elizabeth Lay and Monica Jackson all conspired to bring this summary judgment, to bring Karen Hubler in power of controlling all of the family court dockets. And every case that she has overseen has to be reopened. She needs to be vacated, folks. That's how sneaky these people are. Look at that. Watch, here it comes, folks. 6/10. And look, I have never lied to law enforcement. I never disobeyed my court orders, okay? Except one time. Now, I did break it one time to protect my children from what happened in the future. I knew something was going to happen, but it didn't happen, and I got punished by a judge. And then it turned out a few months later that it all hit the fan, and it turned out to be exactly the way I said it was. So, folks, when you understand how these people work, how the heck did I go from being mayor, not taking my kids out of the state without a court order, but my ex could. She left in 2011. And I've been raising the kids, and Monica Jackson told me that if I try to get my parenting time changed, that they were going to take my kids away. So I just dummied up, folks. Raised my kids, picked them up from school, took them to school. They got a kid with this safe to tell thing they have going now, a snitch line. One of those kids snitched on saying that my daughter was smoking weed, walking home with her friends. They've caught her a few times. I remember telling the principal, hey man, you see me every day dropping my kids off and picking them. Yeah, what? I thought that was kind of, shut up. Why don't you go call the school security? That's what these people do, man. I just won Big Boy Security. I mean, he'll vouch for this story. I came into this one meeting and he was there, and I was like, "So, are you the muscle? What are you gonna do? Arrest me? Are you gonna be a bad cop now?" He's like, "No, brother, man. I'm just here to make sure nothing goes wrong, man. Just keep your cool, man. Don't let them hit them buttons, man. That's what they're gonna do. So just be cool, man. Don't let them do it, please." That guy was a big boy, and but he didn't have to tell me all that because I already knew. I've never been that way. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're gonna come kill me, I'll get home, get you first. But everything's good and calm and collective. Then there's no beefing. You don't get anywhere by beefing. You gotta be straight. And so when you look at what Karen Hubler and Monica Jackson and Elizabeth Lay and all these people, see, folks, I wasn't able to answer this. And the only reason why I found out is because I got $13,000 in a car accident. It was supposed to go to something else. And they took that money from my car accident. Not to mention that I've already paid. And then that was in April of 2012. Or was it? So here's the city attorney people again, right? So party without attorney, Mark Andrew Nelson Giovanni. Look at the date, folks. So what happened was I found out that Karen Hubler was still involved with the magistrate, still involved with my case. So I had to file my own recusal because I couldn't find any attorney that would take my case because they were afraid of the wrath that she would do to them with their current court cases. Could you imagine living in that kind of fucking world? Ah, they're the mighty. Can you imagine living in that world? I mean, I'd rather live in the dirtiest day. I'd rather live with the temp people, man. But when you understand what these people have been doing with their power, so I had to file my own recusal because I couldn't find any lawyer. And most of the lawyers are graduates from Stern Law. And what they don't understand is they were all indexed. So eventually, these folks all have a fiduciary, let alone a legal responsibility, and their oath that they have. I don't see how they're going to be able to talk their way or back their way out of this. And I had to file this by myself so that I could get her off my cases. And it explains everything in detail. What she's done. Right? This is what happens. They say you have a fool for a client. He who represents himself, you have a fool for your client. But when you can't, when the legal process has made it so that you can't get legal representation, then you're not a fool. You're just going against a bunch of fools. And this is what I have done for art to teach everybody in regards to artificial intelligence and everything that these people have said and all the things that this lady has done to me over the years, hiding behind her cloak as being a judge, and all the other judges like Andrew Luxon who supported, because he's a graduate from Stern Law too. And that's why when I said the stuff that was written in my first complaint for case number 23CV54 on February 6, 2023, I spelt everything out as if I was talking to a district attorney, not a judge of a civil case, but took his meta tags and I pattern matched it with my content. So basically, he approved the city government to continue their charades and operate an illegal government, to not enforce the Spear Amendment, which would allow them, that has allowed them power for the last 60 years. And so this is the gift I gave to the citizens of Denver, the future citizens, because eventually artificial intelligence is going to slam the door shut on all these people that don't want to do the right thing. And so I had to file my own thing from these people, man. It just for years they've not let me go. They've hunted me. They've just, you don't know. And there's nowhere for me to prove it because there's no lawyers that have any balls enough to protect citizens like their stuff. But here it is right here. I got her signature right here. A guy with no high school diploma, folks. Okay? An indigenous that all these people are here to say they're going to save the day. I did that. That right there shows you that I was dealing with a bunch of fools. And that I was dealing with Karen Hoover, and she still was connected with all these things that were happening to me. She was trying to make them happen. Just like the one moving forward of the city and county of Denver bullshit they're trying to put on me. And there's the one right there, folks. Order of reassignment. Brian Whitney was a good judge. Good judge. He just was lied to so much that he didn't know what to think. But see, we can put these and then you'd know. But the judges are going to, when they go digital, wow. When they go digital. So here's the Certificate of Full Satisfaction Judgment. Here's one, June 13, 2011, $9,344. Here's my address, never changed, folks. When they sent this, the summary judgment to Norfolk, Virginia, this was my real address. And here's the X. Look at her address. She wasn't supposed to leave without a court order. And they tried everything they could to get me out of the kid's life so she could go and wreck lives. Look at that. Since 2011, and this is the proof that I had no way of knowing because no one was telling me everything. And like she wasn't picking the kids up, and I'd say, "Hey man, I gotta work, I gotta do." Didn't matter. She was allowed to do all that shit to me, where I was gonna end up either losing my job or see what they were thinking on is they were believing everything that she had said, and they were waiting on. Well, how come he's not getting angry? How come he's not? Even the judge, folks, asked her point blank. He says, I've been listening to you say how bad this guy is and all this kind of stuff and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. My question to you is, if he's such a bad guy, why do you leave the kids with him? And she says, are you kidding me? I wouldn't trust anybody with my kids but him. Oh, that's when Karen Hoover told, then attorney Karen Hoover told my attorney Gene Snodgrass that she was her worst witness. That's because everything she told these people was a lie and they bought it. A beautiful girl, a damsel in distress, and then they look at me and look at him. Pass judgment with all their social bias bullshit. This is what I've been dealing with. Where's Denver Post? Where's Joey Bunch and where's John Murray and where's Paul Rubino and those people from the Colorado Newsline, the Tumors over there and Colorado Sun and all these other people that are all collecting 501(c) partisanship money that gives them money so they can sit around and write articles to miscommunicate and disenfranchise over 450,000 voters, folks. Mike Johnston only got less than 90,000 votes. Can you say recall? This is what these people do, folks. I'm not kidding around. I'm not lying. This is true stuff. And so there's other ones from other judgment they have, and the court never found me guilty of not paying child support. But because they don't give specific, I don't know. I don't get it. Anybody that looks like this doesn't get it. And then when you get these coward lawyers from the University of Denver, Sternum Law, I index those people, man. That whole entire university, folks. It brings me really bad feelings that we had to do something like this in order to flush these people out. But what are we supposed to do, folks? When the same people can contact YouTube and there's no accountability because they're the government. And this is why people don't trust nobody. But I believe YouTube's going to do the right thing. And because you can't have people lying, the government lying to YouTube, and then going after YouTube saying, or Google saying that they're corrupt and they're this and they're that. Yeah, and the funny thing is I tried to get my TikTok channel for LLC, and TikTok denied me, and they kept it because they knew that the city and county of Denver did not belong to the city and county of Denver. The city and county of Denver does not belong to the city and county of Denver. And with the Spear Amendment and the final slam dunk with Andrew Luxon, another graduate from Stern Law. See, all these people have no clue that artificial intelligence brought them all together so that they can be held accountable by the computer god. So while they sit there and take their oath of their God, they have no clue that everything that they've done, they've left what we've built on is called cake crumbs. This is a cake crumb, folks. Okay? The highest location you can have, and there was no other judgments. Full satisfaction. There was no other ones before the court up to this day. But they're saying I owe $6,000. They took my driver's license away. And you know what? Nobody does nothing. None of the city council members, those people, not. What's Vato man gonna do? Paul Lopez, he tells everybody he's a Vato. See, the Vatos I know, they don't have to tell anybody they're Vatos because people already know. It's like being a halfway crook. Yeah, I'm a Vato. You just lost anybody, all the 1%ers that you're trying to be, you just lost them all. They don't call themselves Vatos, man. They'll call each other Vatos, but they don't openly call themselves, yeah, I'm a Vato. And that's what you're dealing with. Because I can tell you 100%, my 4,000 student body, my high school had 4,000 students. Paul Lopez, Michael Hancock, John Hickenlooper would have never made it in my high school, folks. And that's a lot. That's a lot to say, especially coming from me. And I'm sure they're really nice people. Little Michael, oh, little Michael. He's making $294,000 a year for the rest of his life, leaving Denver in shambles, being picked up by a guy just like him, but now we went from Michael B to Michael C. That guy's so stuck. That guy's the biggest narcissist of all people. He has sent people up coming after me, and see, these people don't realize that there's people that are about had enough. And with the right investigators, when they finally pull their heads out of their digital cracks and realize, man, this guy Giovanni, he's right, and we can't let this happen. And folks, you're being bullshitted by some pretty slimy people in the city attorney's office. See, when we get a chance, see, I'm trying to be nice because I think that all this needs to be taken care of internally. See, I'm waiting for someone to call me from the city and say, hey, gee, come on, man, come and talk to us. Let's find out what the heck. No. They try shutting me down and I index it. This was my final indexing for the year, folks. December 27, 2023. I've got other ones that are going to be posted, but those are automatic. Those are just, they've already been done. So I'm going to be taking my vacation here. But I love Denver, man. I don't know why, but the mountains just free my soul. And Denver's what I call the elders, the people that are really running Denver, they got to quit listening to people talking shit about me and start realizing that they need to start protecting themselves from themselves. But I've had nothing but factual content on all these people that just keep trying to battle me and battle me. Look at this, May 20th, 2022. They took my driver's license away, folks. And I don't let none of that shit stop me, because it's going to stop themselves. But like Tipper and Tipper 2 and Bubby Boo and all their bullshit lawyers and those small little Denver city council, and then the district attorney, she's going to have to do something too. She's not immune to this. And the more and more they try to conspire to figure out a way to quiet me or take away my platforms when they don't even belong to me. They belong to an entity, a legal entity. And all the evidence that I have, folks, I'm trying to be very nice because I have a lawyer that's not from Colorado, that's licensed to do in many states, actually. And he's like, Giovanni, give me the word, man, and I'll have you at least $100 million for what I've seen. The civil rights, all the way to from your contacting the Supreme Courts on the way lawyers have been treating you, all the way from the lawyers not giving you your retainers back. You got Block and Japot, that guy Sarah Cates, and it's a bunch of bullshit, folks. And I'm here to tell you that I wasn't allowed them to bullshit me anymore. They ruined my freaking kids, man. And so I'm going to let AI do what it has to do and judge on them instantly. Because when you lie to YouTube to ruin someone's life and then turn around and say, oh, we're going to take a lenient approach, that's because YouTube's got your bag. See? Everything's catching up to these people, man. Everything that anybody says, it doesn't matter. If your GPS and your cell phone tower ping doesn't put you at the location you claim that you're at, then the people that are in the industry that you're in will start showing up because they were there. Anything that these people say, like here's the facts, or all their little go-to words that they all seem to say at the same time, especially FCC regulated government departments. Everything that you guys do, your voices are indexed and pattern matched, and all your emails and all the stuff that you think you're on a secure server and you're going to throw this stuff away and no one's going to see it, it's in the cloud. and all your MP3 files of your voice, because your voice picks up any searches that you've done, any conversations that you've done. You ever do some talking and all of a sudden your assistant says, "What did you say?" It's constantly listening, folks, because its job is to give you the best experience in the World Wide Web, which is the entry point to everybody's metaverses. This includes judges and government officials and everybody. And the more and more guys like Ron DeSantis, another outdated clown bake, and he's going to stop the social credit. That's like saying he's going to stop the Forex market. And most people don't even know what the Forex market, what the stock exchange does in 5 months, we do in a day's worth of trading. Wrap your head around that. I know how to trade, spot trade on that platforms. Because of my ADHD, I'm able to slow things down, or I appear to be able to slow things down to where I can make some mad moves. The only reason why I ain't doing that is because the screen's kind of messed up my eyes, and I can't be on a monitor for very long. But folks, when you see this kind of stuff right here, right? I was court ordered not to take my kids anywhere. I was living at 1075 South Monroe Street, and when you walk, I have other stuff I can show you because there's other things with the summary judgment and all these signatures that were never, ever given to the court. Page 3 is missing from this lawsuit that I filed. That's where I believe the judge's signature, Karen Hubler's sitting right on that. And see, we don't know because that paper's missing. And they didn't realize that they couldn't keep up with their lies. So 2011, I've been taking care of my children, folks. Since 2011. When I was running for mayor, she was already out in Union Hills, but nobody told me. And I never asked because I wasn't supposed to ask what she was doing. I didn't really care what she was doing until it affected my kids. And then when I start telling somebody something's up, then they flip it on me. It's like, how do you flip shit on me when I'm telling you what's about to happen or something's happening, and then all of a sudden you make me the culprit? Fuck, not no more. Fuck that. Sorry. Excuse me. But this is where we're at, folks. This is where we're at. So since 2011, folks, look at 2011. I ran for mayor. I did the Vitruvian Man music, Circus of a Lifetime. We did 3 music videos. I wrote the album Showtime, produced it in New York City with a Grammy-nominated producer because Denver's so outdated with their music and their engineers and everything that they have because they've been all just one-sided. And that's why I was going to bring a new taste, a new direction, full of energy, full of platforms that were already produced. Now you've got Michael Johnston fucking saying, oh, we're going to be a vibrant Denver. So when he says vibrant, what happens is he thinks that all of their stuff that they use do hashtag or at vibrant Denver. What it does is that artificial intelligence brings up the most vibrant people that are the most vibrant. And right now, folks, I am the most vibrant individual in the whole state of Colorado. Probably in the whole state of the United States. But I'll take Denver because that's all I care about. I can't do anything federal government because that ship steers from the back. They can't even go there. But when I hear Mike Johnston talk about the homeless and how he's going to do 1,000 homes when 2,000 or 3,000 people have already moved in, and their shell game of placing homeless people on different blocks so that the people that drove down those blocks that never go down any other street but those same blocks, same Lincoln, same Colfax, same, and now they're on the other side, the deeper streets from the main street. putting all of our communities in jeopardy by people that they're trying to house when they're really going to house all the illegal migrants that came in that are now going to get all the jobs that because now we need bilingual citizens to go to work because there's not many. This is what happens when we don't stick to one. Everybody else in the world, English is their main language, but not America. So the people that are really running America, I don't know if they really love America. And for me, whatever government we become, if we become communism, then I guess I'm a communist. Because that's what I was taught. To be whatever it is. I don't have to support it. I don't got to do anything. I just do what the government tells me. And look, we're already doing what the government tells us. And we're watching some of the best departments in the world being where our allies and our adversaries are all outsiders looking in. And see, the thing is we might be able to bullshit God, bless America. We might be able to bullshit all the people in the United States, but we're not bullshitting our adversaries, and we're not bullshitting our allies that are watching us implode, and why they're going to sit there and figure out what they're going to do with a country that's gone insane. Insanity, folks. People with nuclear weapons. It's the chatter that I hear that our people don't want to know any other thing except what they gather. So if you go tell somebody, you know, I don't know what the truth is and what isn't. I just know there's a computer god, and he is going to take care of things where weak humans, emotional humans, and people that are insane are not going to be able to twist their fate in and have their metaverses interfere with information or Internet of Things. Internet of Things used to be just hardware and software. Now it's the conversation blocks that lead you into what the final destination is on the internet is a sale. And hopefully you're going to start using digital currency because cash doesn't work. Cash only works in the mortal world, and they're slowly taking that out. But people find a way to survive. And so right now, city attorney doesn't realize that they look at my videos and they see, oh, this guy only has 4 people. They don't know what I got. They don't. YouTube, because when you look at where my videos are based on where the million votes, and you got one guy there with no views. So how did that guy get there? He's got no views, but he's right there top in the rank. That's because there's other people that are viewing it that I just aren't getting credit for where it's being viewed. I don't have that. YouTube could take any video, Google could take any video and go show it to anybody else as they want and not give me any credit for anything. So when you do hashtag City and County of Denver, @ City and County of Denver, and when City and County of Denver's IT people try to battle me and they change their website pages and everything, that's just more ammo so that when I have to go to court, which we're going, I'm just trying to give Denver an opportunity to do the right thing where we don't have to air our dirty laundry to the world. But Denver likes to do this, and when you see the manipulation of content, which I can now go get a subpoena, and I can pull every node connection that I've been indexing for 17 years. I didn't just start this. So when Denver Post and all these people, once this truth comes out, and all their investors and all these people are going to start taking their money out of those investments because they didn't do the right thing when they knew that they should have done the right thing, and so they're going to try to muscle their way, or they're going to bullshit their way, and they can't. See, with the computer god, you got to do the right thing. That's why with Google, people ask me, well, why did Google change from don't be evil to do the right thing? Well, when you understand virtual machines that have learning capabilities and the layers and layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of information that you need to create to even get to a point to where a machine understands what you're telling it. A machine understands what you're telling it. So I built all these. I built all of this, all these backgrounds, so that artificial intelligence indexes them all. I spent years, folks, 40 to 60 hours a week, going to different cities, talking to different leaders. And this is what they know. And today I finally got it all boxed up in a nice little box for the city attorney Tipper, who's not even a citizen of Denver, folks. We got people running our city, our main city. A lot of our departments in Denver, they live in other cities, folks. So they're taking their paychecks, and it's going to pay the property taxes and other taxes in the city they live in, which takes it from the city we live in. If they were citizens of Denver, they'd have more clout of who they are, but since they're not citizens, they have no clout. They only have clout because they're a job position, but they have no clout as being a citizen of Denver. Do you see how this works, folks? So all these people that live in that don't live in Denver, and see, we don't ask these questions. Well, I did 10 years ago when I indexed them all. And now it's just automatic. I don't have to do it anymore. It's such a small brew that, I mean, they're so predictable. And what they don't understand is they're trying to figure out that, well, how do we take this guy if he's going to be able to get subpoenas and pull of our... And there are people going, he can't do that. He can't pull out people's emails. You don't know what we can pull out. These are people that don't know their asses from a hole in the ground. And they've been bullshitting Denver citizens for 60 years. And why they conspire and manipulate and try to figure out how they're doing it. Everything that they're doing, they're being watched right now. And I'm hoping they're being watched by a government entity that is going to put all this stuff in check, because we got to have mom and dad come back. Mom and dad have been hijacked, especially in Denver. They want to talk about families, but nothing that they're building is family orientated. It's all communes. Like you drive down the freeway and you look at all these big apartment complexes that are going up. Okay? They're taking what used to be 12 houses in one area, 12 houses times 2-car garage, 24 cars, and they're putting 1,000-car complexes in there. See, their rhetoric of being a green city does not match their building footprint. When you go down and when you could take the houses in University Hills, right? Even the older neighborhoods closer downtown, and mow them over and take you've got these congested homes where you could take and make acre lots out of them and get people that are the billionaires in other cities that are bailing, that are buying those acre lots. And guess what? Now you took in an acre where there was, freaking 4 8-plexes. So you got 32 cars there. Now it's gone 32 cars to 2 cars. See, nothing matches. We live in a valley, folks. So we get stuff blown in from all over the world into our city. Okay, depending on our temperatures, depending on what Commerce City and other polluted cities that create this oil stuff that we need. And you got people that are doing, we're going to spend billions of dollars so they can get the bragging rights that they're doing something for the air. When we can do completely reversed. I don't know what they're looking for, but folks, when you look outside and it looks like chocolate milk, that tells you right there, whatever they're doing isn't working. You have to get other cities that are causing the pollution that's moving into our valley, because we're a valley, but the people that are running our government is illegitimate. And that was settled in February. I love it. Hey, Johnston, what's it feel like to run an illegitimate government? What is your city attorney's office going to do when the real elders of the city of Denver realize that you've all trick-fucked them for 60 years, and that to some guy with no high school diploma, for some reason, you guys want to believe everything that anybody tells you, and it's about to go up in your face. You should have never lied to YouTube. So I'm waiting for the day where YouTube cuts your channel off. And see, that's going to take a little bit of maneuvering, but that's already in the works. So when Denver Mayor and Denver City Council, they all wake up to get on their YouTube, they're going to find out that it's been cut off, because YouTube has to do the right thing too. And when they find out that someone openly came out and said, yeah, I'm the one that took your channels away based off the city and county of Denver, and everything was lying and everything was fabricating, and so you take away the videos and the work that somebody legitimately built so that you could take the sweat equity, so you could take the credit and cover all your slime bodies. We'll see.